Okay, and we are live. Hey guys, Amazon made simple and Izabella reads. And if you don't understand the English, I am so sorry, but later on we are going to release this video с русскими субтитрами. So you will be able to actually watch it with Russian subtitles. But today we're doing live with Vanessa Hung, and Vanessa is going to share with us extremely unsexy stuff on Amazon. So you guys don't understand probably if you are not selling on Amazon yet, but if you are, you see how many problems sometimes you're facing and you're struggling when you cannot upload any files or you're creating shipments and you don't know what to do with like some of them because Amazon is asking you to put some numbers, weights, and everything is so confusing. So we're going to dive today into the details of how we can work and what we can do with flat files, where do we need them, and Vanessa is going to share with us everything she knows, at least not everything, like within 40 minutes, some stuff that she knows and some stuff that you guys probably are not aware about. Vanessa, hi.
Hello. Thank you for bringing me back again, Isabella. I'm very excited to be sharing with your audience the unsexy stuff. And today, I know that in our first episode, we talk about catalog issues. And you mentioned a lot about, like, okay, how sellers can know if they have problems. Like, where can we see where the problems are and how we can fix it. So, in today's talk, I'm going to be showing you the way to see when you have problems in your catalog. And this, again, as you mentioned, will only work for sellers that already have asins in their catalog. So they need to have products. If they don't have anything, this won't work. So once they have at least one asin, it will be enough to practice this. So
So you
what
will be able to actually give them the homework.
exactly.
Oh, wonderful. Vanessa, before we dive deeper, could you please share a little bit of your background?
Sure. So, CEO and founder of Online Seller Solutions. We are an agency that focuses on the unsexy stuff of Amazon, solving problems in the catalog, inventory, and account health. So, giving you the experience that you deserve in Seller Central, basically. And yeah, background, I've been in e-commerce in the Amazon space since 2017, and I'm a geek about flat files and Excel spreadsheets and all the stuff. So bear with me. This for me is super exciting. I will try to make it as sexy as possible. I know sometimes it's overwhelming for some sellers, but yeah, here to teach you how to go through that.
Okay, sounds good. So let's start and tell me if you already prepared something, or I can ask you the question and we will start from there.
Please ask. I have the spreadsheets open here in the desktop,
And they're
and
ready.
in the moment where it needs to be shown, I'll share my screen and show you.
Okay.
So I have one before and after. So I have one spreadsheet that will probably be like the one that the guys will download in their account, and I'll be showing you one that is like perfect.
Okay.
So yep.
Sounds good. So the most common issue we're facing with our customers, especially the one who just going to start their sales on Amazon, they're asking how should I create the shipment? Especially a lot of them don't have an option to use the web version of Amazon. So Amazon is asking, okay, this is the sheet. Could you please upload it? So let's start from the simple stuff.
Okay, so in this case, you need sometimes, and right now, I don't know, you're mentioning how to create a shipment plan through the new UX experience, the
Yep.
new dashboard, or the old dashboard.
The new dashboard, when Amazon is asking you to create the file, and Amazon actually providing you file, and
Yes.
some people like me, for example, they can have issues because I'm using iMac and I don't have any windows in my house. So, and
Mm,
in this case, Amazon hates it, and people like they're going crazy, like Amazon is not accepting, I don't know what to do, and like people really cannot figure it out without extra help. But I believe you can show these small tricks, how they're supposed to prepare and what they're supposed to do with the formatting, because sometimes evil in details. And as you know, knowing it up front, you can avoid a lot of stress.
Of course. So I'm gonna share right now. Give me 1 second. I have the other alternative when you don't have Excel in your computer.
Okay.
So some people will be tempted um, to use Google Sheets.
Okay.
That's not good. Amazon does not receive that very well, and especially some stuff changed. So some components in the back end of the sheet change when you don't have the full like ability. Just give me 1 second. I have it here. Uh-huh. So if you go to this website, and I'm gonna be sharing my screen right now.
You supposed
Um,
to be able to share.
yep,
Yes, you are.
share screen. Okay. So do you see this here? WPS.
Okay.
WPS is a version of Microsoft Office, but in the cloud, and it's completely free to download. You can even install that in your computer, and this works as Excel. Microsoft Office is everything. So Writer will be the version of Word, presentation will be the version of PowerPoint, and spreadsheets will be the version of Excel. If you download this software to your computer, it works exactly the same as if you have Microsoft Excel. So once you have this program installed, you can start doing all the spreadsheets and shipment plans and anything like that. I'm right now getting the file for a a shipment plan. I didn't have that because I wanted to talk to you today about the catalog issues.
Yeah, and
So,
we will jump right there after, of course. We can start with the cataloging and then come back to the shipment. Whatever it's comfortable for you.
okay, perfect. So let me start talking about the catalog, and I think we will have so much time, um, or there will be so many things to ask there that probably we can do another episode about shipments specifically.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Sure.
talk about the category listing report.
Okay.
Um, First, so let me go back to what the catalog listing category listing report means. So this is a flat file, and when
Okay.
I talk about flat files, I mean Excel spreadsheets
Okay.
that Amazon give you with a format to
Okay.
input information in Seller Central.
Okay.
So there are many and multiple flat files. There are, I don't know, I think around 10
Thousands and
or 12.
thousands and thousands.
Not thousands, but around 12 or 20, like between 12 and 20, that are the flat file. Because remember, the flat file is like a database in your Excel.
Correct.
So there are thousands of reports on Amazon.
Yeah.
Like you can see fulfillment report, sales report, order reports. Those are reports, and the reports are very different from the flat files. Why? Because the reports only show you the results or the numbers on something, on an area of the business, but the flat file actually helps you to change and modify that information there. So
Correct.
going back to the category listing report, this flat file will give you the report of your catalog. So everything that you see in your manage inventory tab in Seller Central, it is displayed in a spreadsheet when you download it. So steps to download it. Go to Seller Central. In the right tab, when you do the bar, click inventory.
Okay.
Once, once you click inventory, then click inventory reports.
Okay.
Okay. And then you will go to a dashboard where there is a drop down menu and at the top. And in the drop down menu, when you click the drop down menu, you will see the option called category listing report. So,
Okay, do you think we will be able to share it? Right, because as we discussed, we didn't want guys to share live any sensitive information via Vanessa's Seller Central account. But what we are going to do right after this session, we will create another video where we will just highlight, we will hide later the sensitive information, and we will show you how you actually can do that. So we will just include this information into the video that you'll be able to see as a recording
yeah,
with the Russian subtitles on it.
yeah. Bella, I also have I have an SOP here with me that doesn't have any sensitive information. Actually, if this is good for your community, I'll send it over and you can send it in an email so they can have the step-by-step process. So this
Wonderful.
is what I'm talking about. You go to your inventory, then click inventory reports.
Okay.
And as you can go here, it says in the top, it has this section, request an inventory report. So you click the drop down menu and you will see the report called category listing report. Okay.
I love
Once
it.
you,
You're always ready for everything. I
yeah,
love it.
yeah, once you open that, you click request report and then you will have it here and click download. Okay. It's pretty fast, especially when you don't have thousands and thousands of unit or ASINs in your catalog. This is a report that gets there like in less than a minute. If you have a huge catalog, maybe you need to wait 5 or 6 minutes, but it's super easy. Then you click download and you're ready to go. So the category listing report now is in beta, meaning that you will be able to see it in the drop down menu without requesting it. But I've seen that in some newer accounts, so people that have newer accounts or they set up the account long time ago but they start selling right now, so meaning that they were not very active in the last, I don't know, 6 months, you won't see the category listing report option. If that's the case for you right now, you need to follow these steps. So I create here in the SOP how to request it. So you actually need to open a case with seller support and request the access to the category listing report. So you click here get support, and then you click selling on Amazon and describe your issue. So here you will describe your issue and say like, hey, Amazon team, please allow us to download the category listing report. Thank you. Submit that. And then in, I don't know, something between 15 and 1 hour, 15 minutes and 1 hour, they will reply that case and they will say like you are now able to download the category listing report and then follow the same instructions. It's the same thing, but just bear in mind some
It's a
sellers.
very nice trick to know, because most of the time people are going somewhere like I don't see it, it's not exist, and then people just giving up. Where you
Yeah,
can actually just have to create the case and everything will be solved.
correct,
Thank
correct.
you.
No problem. That's how you need to do it. So now that we understand what it is, so this is the report of your whole catalog. And by your whole catalog, I mean everything that you have listed in your if you have listed in your managed inventory. So this is how it looks. So if you see here, we have a template. It's an Excel spreadsheet. The category listing report always have three main rows that are colored, and these explain what is the attribute that we're seeing down. So if you see here, I have the name, the product ID, and I keep move forward and look all the attributes that I can see. So this is everything, Bella. Like all the information that is possible to have for a product, we have it here. Okay, this is a category listing report that I developed myself for presentations.
Okay.
Joe Java doesn't really exist. I just made it up. It's a brand for me for presentations. But I'm gonna show you one and how it looks for somebody that downloaded. I remove all sensitive information, so you won't be able to see anything that is sensitive. But if you see here, this is probably how you're gonna see your category listing report with a lot of red uh, cells, okay? With things like this that are gray, with a lot of space that is completely open and it's not, there is no information here.
It's
So
stressing me out. The moment I see it, it's stressing me out.
yes, this is probably, if you have never, as a seller, if you have never downloaded this report or optimize your listings in the back end, this is probably what you will see. But this is where we want to get. Everything has information, everything. So we're gonna start filling in that, and that's what I wanted to talk about today, because Bella, what happened is, like, I got into this account and they have a lot of issues with the catalog, a lot of asins that had issues. One of the things that I realized is that most of their SKUs didn't have a product ID. So this means that they were missing. And if you see, when you have a red cell, that means that they're missing information.
Yep.
I
No.
covered I covered this. I covered the name of the brand and the product ID. But in some cases, for example, in this one, they didn't have any product ID. So when a product doesn't have an ID, it means that it has a discrepancy in the backend. And the amazing thing of flat files, and that's what I like, I love them, is that in the front end, if you have an account, you will see in your managed inventory that you have a product there, and you'll see, like, but I have a product and it's good and it's selling, blah blah blah, everything is good. But when you download your category listing report, this is actually like going to a doctor and get your blood test, and I'm telling you, like, oh, you have low or high blood sugar, or you have this or you have that. So this is the report of the backend. And once we see things like this, I'm able to see that there are discrepancies. And the amazing thing about it is that this doesn't only work to um, showcase or report based on the discrepancies, but actually to fix them, right? So right now, I could go, if this is my category listing report, I could say my product ID is 12345. So I put my UPC and I select here, okay, this is a UPC, and now I fix it. You see that how the cell changed from red
To
to
green
to
immediately.
green? Yeah, that means the system is telling me, oh, you put the information that we needed.
Okay.
So the idea here is to go over all the things in your category listing report to fill information in. You
Mhm.
want to have, and this is super important, you want to have as many or as much information as possible in the back end. So some of you may say, like, oh, and this is important. I wanted to mention this. When you download the category listing report, in my example, I have this report is just for the category of food. Okay. What happened is that each category has its specific attributes. So the category of food will have attributes like flavor or I don't know, specialty, flavor, occasion,
Size,
like
color,
protein, yeah, things that are
bundle. Yes.
related to food. But if you sell a clothing item, let's say a shoe, you won't have, for that category, you won't have the protein attribute. Why? Because a shoe doesn't have any protein. Okay. When you download the category listing report and you see here different categories, so now I have here home, and I have household stand, I have writing instruments, I have sewing patterns. All these names here, or all these product types, mean a different category. So I have in this category listing report, I have multiple attributes that are related to different categories. So what I mean by that, like this, if you see, for example, in this section, there
I
are
see how
so
my brain is moving. Like, seriously, when I'm looking at your spreadsheets, it's not the first time I'm seeing the Excel sheet and like report and all this stuff, but every single time I'm stressing out. The moment I see you, how you're working inside of this sheet and you're like a fish in the water, it's making me feel so miserable because like I cannot do it at all. So like you're doing great, and like just the way that you are showing everything that is going on and how to fix it is already, it means a lot for me and for my audience. So it just on
no,
our way to solve the
it,
issue.
it's really my pleasure, and I love to share this kind of information because most of the times people don't know anything about this, and I feel they're missing a huge opportunity to improve their catalog. And every cell, guys, that we're seeing here, every single cell that is empty is a space for us to input information and get rank and get SEO juice for that. So literally every single attribute, it is possible to have it fill in, and you can get advantage of that. So what I was saying about the different categories, once you download the category listing report, and if you think about it, it will give you all the attributes for all the categories that you have. So if you sell in multiple categories, you will have everything. So if, for example, I sell a home product and also a food product, I will have for the line of home, imagine that is the first one, I will have something here called flavor. But I know that for home, I cannot put flavor because what I'm selling is a
Right.
pillow. So pillows don't have flavors. So that's why we see gray areas. This gray area is telling me that for this particular product, these attributes are not necessary or are not requested or don't make any sense to fill in. Okay, this is important to know. So if you see gray areas, you don't need to input information there because technically the attribute is, it was not developed or it was not designed for your specific subcategory. do
Okay.
you, do you follow me with this?
Yes, I do. I hope guys are all following too. So if you can see it's gray, it's no panic attack.
Exactly, don't worry about it. The important thing is filling the things that are in white, especially the ones that are in red, because one if it's in red is because there is a problem and there is a discrepancy or that fill is required. Okay,
Okay.
so it's funny, this is the perfect example. Look, this is paint type. Okay,
Yeah.
there are only two aces in my
Inventory
inventory.
that kind of relevant to this requirement. Yeah.
Exactly, because probably it's a tool or something like that. The other ones don't need it, so you don't need to fill it in. Um, so yeah, this is probably how you will see your stuff. Uh, it is important for you to get familiarized to how does it looks and try to input information here. It is super important that you input the information, not only because what I mentioned about the SEO, but also if, and this is something that you need to pay attention because hijackers can do this to you. If a hijacker downloads the template for your product, and here it has, imagine like the all the cells that are here empty, or all the attributes that are empty are buckets,
Yep.
buckets of information. Amazon love to have buckets that are full of information. If a bucket is empty, it's telling Amazon that you don't have the information for that. But if your competitors or your hijackers or whatever that want to hurt your listing comes in and puts something in the target audience, something like weed, right?
Yeah.
Weed or marijuana
Or CBD
or yes, oh my God, CBD.
or BDSM or something like that.
Literally, exactly. When they put keywords like that, your listing will immediately get shut down. And you will ask me, oh, but why this did happen? Like, oh my God, this is my product is just a lamp or a pillow or a t-shirt. This is not a CBD product. Yes, I get it. And that's the reality of your product. But in the back end, you left empty buckets of information. You let them empty. So Amazon rewards, Amazon likes when sellers contribute to the listing. And the problem with that approach is that Amazon doesn't know when a seller contributes to a listing, they don't really know if they are doing it um, for the good reasons, or they are doing it to hijack something. So the system is not able to say like, oh no, this is a hijacker, or no, this is a good seller that is trying to input information in the listing. And most of the time for private label, most of the time is a hijacker. I only think the only sell the yeah, the only sellers that contribute to others people listings are the ones that are doing the resale model, like wholesale or arbitrage. But
Yeah.
if you have a private label brand and somebody comes in and puts some information, it's probably because they want to hijack you. And this category listing report that I'm showing you right now, it is wide open for hijackers to come in and input information. And
Yeah, it's actually very confusing that Amazon didn't close this hole yet, and it's there for years. And Amazon team, their support team is struggling with this issue on a daily basis, every single day. And like me personally, I don't understand why Amazon did not invest into this department, because it's not that hard to close the ability to download something.
yeah, wait. If I as a seller, I can download my category listing report. I
Yes,
can download my information.
correct,
I cannot download your information, Bella.
correct.
Like,
But hijackers, they are downloading these flat files.
yes, but what they are downloading, and this is interesting. So if you want to get into a theory on how they do it, I mean, I'm not a hijacker. I really, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe they do it another way. But the way that I think they do it is this: they download the template empty. Okay, they download this without any
Yes,
information. Okay, and they start putting the information of the of your listing that they have, right?
correct.
Because they can see the title in on Amazon.com, they can see the UPC if you scrape the information with Keepa, you can see the description in the front end, you can see everything. So what they're doing is testing what are the buckets that you left empty.
Yeah,
So if you have something, for example, you have all the bullet points fill in, and they will try to put here CBD, CBD, and CBD, and so on, right? But because you have your bullet points there, this CBD thing won't do anything to your listing. But if they go here in the currency and they put CBD because this was empty,
yeah,
now they are able to hijack you.
correct.
So they don't see everything in the back end, and they
They
don't
do
really
not.
know.
No, they just they are guessing. Sometimes they're gambling. And genuinely speaking, it's pretty easy to find which one is empty, because knowing how many fields you have on Amazon listing, you can go to the description of the product, and you can go, like, you can scroll down where it's like rank, weight, size, and everything. And as many fields that are not showing up, generally speaking, this is the key for the hijackers. They can do it like within a couple seconds to find
Exactly.
out where to fill it out. Okay, let's move on. It's just the
Okay,
pain for a lot of sellers, and I hope nobody guys will suffer with the hijackers. But you have to see what you're supposed to do with the catalog file to
perfect.
make your
So
listing rank well better.
So as far as optimization, there are two different, and I like to separate this because it's different from like it needs different abilities to do this. The first one is the optimization for SEO. Okay, when I talk about like filling the information and get the ranking and then get the indexation and the juice, is because what I'm saying is that you need to do the research for your products to know what's your target audience, to know what are your search terms, to know what's your type, material type. You know what the size is. Everything that is here, everything that is green in the green section called discovery, that section is meant to get ranking. That section is meant to get uh, like SEO and indexation juice. Okay, and it really depends on your capability of investigating and knowing as much of you can of your product and putting that information there. Sometimes it's repetitive. Sometimes I will use the same information for intended use as other attributes. But the importance is that we are using those keywords. We are inputting those keywords to get the ranking and to protect ourselves from hijackers, to fill those buckets of information. So that's what I like to call listing boost. Okay, because you're boosting your listing, you're boosting the information, you're like putting that listing fluffy and beautiful and with a lot of keywords and rankings, so you will get the most amount of sales thanks to optimizing that way. That's one part of it. Okay, and you need to have that, and you need to work with somebody that knows about copywriting and knows about keywords, or you need to do your research in the tool that you're using to get that list. The other type of optimization is directly related to the lockdown, or filling in the buckets that could tell you, or could get you restricted. Okay, so what I mean by that, and I have some columns here highlighted in yellow. Okay, this column is sensitive information. How do I know? Because I've been working in flat files for a very long time. This is probably not obvious to many sellers, and that's why you're here watching this video and following Bella in this amazing community, is because you need this information. And I will be sending you also, Bella, as a spreadsheet with the sensitive columns so your community can have it, and I'll show you how to input that in their list, in their category listing report, if they don't have it
Thank
available.
you. I have goosebumps. You're super generous about it. Thank you, guys. It's a lot, and please don't forget to thank Vanessa for everything she's doing right now, because nobody is going to share with you those files with the tips for free,
Yeah,
and that's exactly what she's doing right now.
yeah. Okay, so since is this item heat sensitive? This is the question that will tell the system of Amazon system if my item is meltable or not. And when I have an item that is meltable, I won't be able to send inventory to FBA between April and October, because it's the summer and spring season. So the high temperatures don't allow you to send that, because it will melt in the warehouse or it will melt in transit. So if you say to me, and I've seen many examples of people getting hijacked with this column, even in products that were, I remember one that it just blew my mind. It was a hairbrush, a plastic hairbrush. And Amazon was saying, this is a meltable product. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Why? because a competitor just put the word yes, right? And that's how you get hijacked. If your product is not meltable, and the meltable threshold is, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 133 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the temperature that it needs to hold, I think. So
Mhm.
if your product doesn't melt at that temperature, you are not meltable. So you are not heat sensitive. So you will
Anyway,
be
guys, you have to always confirm this information with your manufacturer,
exactly
because they will give you probably some of this type of products. They usually have certificates, and in certificates you'll be able to find this information about like what is the degrees. Oh my gosh, what attention you're supposed to pay to the degrees, to the battery, or something else. Because if something sensitive that is there, certificates are usually necessary.
correct. Okay. So you will say no in case that is no, and you will say yes that in case that is yes. But bear in mind that if you input yes here, you won't be able to send inventory between April and October. Okay. Next. So I love this one. I don't know why it's not in yellow. Is an adult product. Oh my God, the amount of people that I've seen that get hijacked with this column is insane. And I'm gonna show you why. If you go to this is a template that I just downloaded. It's completely virgin. I haven't done anything like with this yet. Adult. Um, so if you see in this category listing report that I downloaded, I'm looking for the column or the attribute that is called, is it an adult product? And as you can see here, there is none. There is no column for that. Why? Because not all categories have this available.
Yeah.
So you say like, oh, but so if it's not available, and this is the train of thought of everybody, right? And this is the logic, but for hijackers, this is not the logic. When you say like, is it an adult product? Yeah, of course, my pillow is not an adult product. And that's why Amazon doesn't even put that attribute there, because it's understood that a pillow is not. It's just like basic logic. What happened is that I can literally input this information. So if I wanted to hijack
You can add this column
this
inside
seller,
of the another template,
yes,
and then oh my gosh, yeah, that
yes. Oh, perfect. Thank God this
developed
happened.
it.
Uh, the the templates, and this is very important. I sorry, I forgot to mention this at the beginning. When you download your category listing report, this template is blocked or restricted. So you need to click review, and you need to unprotect the sheet. Click here, click unprotect the sheet. Once you unprotect it, you will be able to change stuff. So wait. Ugh. God, this happened to me the other day. Why?
Yep.
Uh-huh. So this is what happened. Okay, and you can literally do this. That's the beauty of flat files. They are 100% customizable. And for example, if you wouldn't want to fill in the paint type for any of your ASINs, I can literally delete this. And this is how it works. So this is why I'm talking right now about the optimization on restricted stuff. Because if somebody uses this column and says that your product is an adult product, you won't be able to advertise on PPC. You will fail out of the category 3. So customers won't be able to find you in a normal way, even though you are under the food and gourmet category or toys or baby. Okay.
This is insane. Honestly, it's of course, like every single person supposed to focus on their own personal business
Yeah.
and just run their Amazon business, but at the same time, uh, everybody like who are selling on Amazon, everybody in danger every single day. So,
Yeah. 100%.
um, how to protect yourself, guys? If you missed partially this information, you have to make sure that when you're cataloging your products, every single white cell supposed to be filled with the information that is relevant to your product.
Yeah.
If you have the variations, every single variation supposed to have the information in the white cells, because genuinely speaking, of course you cannot protect yourself for 100%, but you are doing business on other people's platforms. So Amazon platform is not yours, so you have to follow some rules. Unless you're following the rules, you are not getting the results that you are looking for. And at the same time, it's great because you have the opportunity, like look at every single potential problem or a problem as your opportunity. And this flat files is a great opportunity for you to maximize the power of your listing, where you can actually make the SEO as powerful as it possible and be ahead of your competitors, just because your SEO was prepared and well done.
Yep. That's very well said, Bella. So let me continue with the columns that are important. Is the product expirable? This I don't think will get you in a lot of trouble. It's more a protection when you are sending stuff to FBA, because
Yes.
if you have a product that is expirable and you want to send to FBA, then they will ask you for proof of expiration, and they will ask you for the expiration day of each batch, and it just gets messy if somebody hijacked you and said that your product is expirable but actually it's not, because you're selling, I don't know, a t-shirt. So it is always important to have it. I like to just fill it in just because. Then I have one of my favorite parts, and the one that is hijacked easily, is this section. The one, I don't know what this color is, to be honest. It's like purplish brown. I don't know. But this section is the compliance section. Everything here, it's around safety and compliance. Super easy. If you don't have here information specific for your product, it is extremely easy to get hijacked and triggered. Why? Because this section pertains to safety. If Amazon sees that in the import designation you have something like, oh, I don't know, imported from whatever place, and you need a special documentation, they will ask you for that documentation. If in the legal disclaimer you don't have like these are hazards, or this is hazard materials or something like that, you will get like an account held restriction and a product policy violation, because you didn't inform or send that information prior. So this is one of the most important sections of all to fill in, because it will trigger a lot of stuff like at the same time. Um, and you can get shut down for it.
What people should put into the legal disclaimer? I heard this question a couple of times, so I'll let you answer.
Let me show you here. Um, this category listing report have the options here. Um, mm, mm, mm. Let's look for it.
I think a lot of people who are not selling on Amazon yet and they don't know anything about it, and they're watching our video or they're watching the recording like, oh my land, I'm not going to sell ever again. Guys, it's not that scary like you think it is. So me personally, because I'm ahead of my company, Ritz Momentum, that we're doing stuff for Amazon sellers, our main goal is to make your Amazon sales easier and more simple for you. So you have to just delegate it to people. And in this particular case, every single technical issue you potentially can have, you can just delegate to Vanessa, and Vanessa with her team will do it for you And this video is about to show you how you can do it without Vanessa. But if you're the type of person like me who hates to do any type of Excel sheets, then you're going to delegate it to Vanessa, because nobody is better than her on the market. And I think Vanessa is the only one who is actually doing it professionally on the level that she does, and that's why she is a speaker winner at BDSS of 2022, 2021, right? Or
Yeah,
2022, probably
20
too. You're
2022
going,
February, yeah.
yeah.
Um,
She's going to win this year as well.
you're
I'm cheering.
you're too kind. Um, Listen, this is a good question. In the legal disclaimer, this is an open field, and depending on your category, and this is something, for example, if you sell a shoe, there is not much legal disclaimer to do out there. But if you sell any type of consumable, a cream, a food, a something that you put in the body, the
Supplements.
hair, anything, there should be a disclaimer related to your ruling entity. So I seen, for example, supplements, that the legal disclaimer is something along the line of like, the FDA haven't verified that this is a product that will medically or rightly help you to X and X. So if you're selling a supplement to, I don't know, grow the hair, right? The disclaimer is related to the FDA have not confirmed that this product actually does that. Or if you're selling a toy for kids, you say like the CPS blah blah blah, or I don't have on the top of my head. I think that is the CPSIA, the one that rules the toys. The
CPC.
CPS da, da, da,
CPC.
uh, exactly, doesn't or recommends that this product is for kids 3 years old and older, right?
Yes.
Those are the type of legal disclaimers that you can do. Okay, like there is not much there to do if you're selling a t-shirt, because t-shirts
Yeah,
doesn't
very
have
nice
legal
weekend.
disclaimer.
Don't eat it.
Huh?
Don't eat it.
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes you really need to get very specific because people on Amazon
So,
really.
generally speaking, if you have something contradictive with your product, or you have any potential issues or warnings, you have to put it here. So, for example, a lot of people probably who, like, if you're living in United States, you're not, and you have kids, and you remember you've been a child, you remember like you've been consuming a lot of Kinder surprises.
Yeah,
And United States, they are not selling to you Kinder surprises like we, for example, had it. All Europe has it. Canada selling. Everybody's selling Kinder surprises, but United States not, because they had some issues going on, and because legal disclaimer was not there, and
yeah,
some issues were not open for people. That's why they've been suspended and banned from selling in United States market. So
yep.
if you don't want to be in the same position like one of the biggest companies in the world, so you have to fill out this field there. I love that you're using seller tools as well. I use them too, and I use
Yeah,
Heliumton, and I also see you're using Grammarly. And look, oh
yeah.
my gosh, you have so many, and
So
Calendly.
many. There are
Yeah.
so many. It's ridiculous. Sometimes it's so hard for me to load an Amazon.com website because I have so many extensions that is crap.
I lost you just a second ago. And where did you go? Please let me know. I hope it's not my internet, and I am still here with you. I'm just checking right now quickly if I'm here or not. Vanessa, I just lost you. Okay, I hope Vanessa will come back right now, guys. And whenever she is not here, I will speak a little bit.
Yay.
Oh, you come
You
back,
can,
right?
huh?
Oh, you come back. Okay. You've been frozen this whole time.
Oh my
I
God,
was
no.
in a panic mode. Yeah, the moment you said when I'm downloading Amazon page, and then this very second, Vanessa was like frozen and disappear, almost
Oh
disappeared.
my God, I'm sorry. No, I was saying that because I have so many extensions, my Amazon pages take so long to upload. It's crazy. So I need to use an incognito mode to shop. But I want to show you the example of how the legal disclaimer looks in a pro detail page. So I
Okay.
pull up the number one selling supplement, so bestseller in health and household, collagen peptides.
Yep. I
Uh,
have this same one just with a strawberry taste in my kitchen.
yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So at the bottom, you'll see that it is an important information. It'll tell you the legal disclaimer,
Okay.
right? Um, and cool thing here, Bella, um, because the template or because the category listing report will let you input as much information as you can. You could use the legal disclaimer and obviously do a legal disclaimer, right?
Yeah.
To say like this is not meant to prevent or cure any disease. That's okay. But also you can use this to put more keywords. So you could say that something like these peptide collagen pills are not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any
Yeah.
disease. Why? Because you are putting more keywords.
Yep.
Like the idea there is to improve any space that you can to put your main keywords or keywords that you want to be ranked for. An amazing idea now that I think about it. You can also do a disclaimer in English and in Spanish. And once you do it in Spanish, you can have those keywords in Spanish as well.
I
So
love
you can
your
say
this
the
in
same thing.
Spanish.
Yeah. So literally, you can like target that audience by just filling in this information. So in the
I
compliance
remember your presentation in LA when you've been talking about Spanish listings.
translation,
Yeah,
yes.
honestly, as more I'm talking to you, I really want to create another just course for people based on everything you are teaching, because I'm not teaching your stuff
Yeah.
and I'm not leading any type of information about what are you doing, but it's extremely important and it's making people's Amazon sellers account like you can help them to be more profitable, much more profitable.
100%. I really believe so. That the Spanish is just an underserved market that is just needs the right information to start selling more and more. But look, this is what I just did. I changed the experience to Spanish, and now I have this. It's just as simple as clicking the flag and changing stuff. So for the title and for all the things, I think these guys are good. They have
So
a
can
good.
you tell quickly, because we're already like at 52 minutes, can you share quickly how my audience and other audience that is going to watch it as a recording, because we're going to post it all over social media,
Yep.
how they can upload to the same marketplace to different languages for the same product?
No, 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 no. That's not possible.
So
Uh,
only through Amazon, only through the translation.
yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
I believe Amazon will change it because
It's
it's a
soon.
huge opportunity.
I think it's coming. They already have the option to upload category list or templates like this, flat files, in Chinese. So when they input in Chinese, the system automatically translate that. So I think that all the other language are coming, and I think that they're working on it.
That will
So
be
let me
awesome
just
because
finish.
when we are doing listing optimization on our part, I
Yeah.
can see how many search terms in Spanish are going on, and some of our products actually selling more based on the Spanish keywords, not on the like English speaking keywords.
Of course, because if you think about it, the English keywords are extremely competitive. So you're literally fishing in a red ocean. Spanish keywords on the other side are blue ocean because the average seller doesn't pay attention to it. doesn't care and think they don't really need to do it. I think that if you don't want to do it, just don't do it. Better for us, for the
Yeah,
people that are doing it, because the market is super on top. Even the advertising of keywords in Spanish is extremely low compared to
correct.
other stuff. So I mean, it's crazy.
But the demand is the same. And if you noticed how many Hispanics here who does not speak English at
English.
all, they
Yeah,
just, I don't know why, but they really stick with their culture
yeah.
and with their language. And like my mother-in-law is not the exception. She does not speak it. She can she's saying like beautiful Isabella, but that's it. So your English is not like really well, really good. So, and at this point, the market is there. She's buying on Amazon, and a lot of people like her also buying on Amazon, and they are creating the demand, guys, that you are not using just because you are using English keywords only.
Exactly.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, keep going.
Um, so then we have here the other attribute that we need to improve. And this is very important because if not, you will get triggered as hazmat. Is if your is this product is a battery or utilizes batteries, you if in case that this is not true, you put no. Batteries are included, also no. So these two are like to fill in, because if not, you get like trigger for hazmat, and that's a headache. It takes like, if you're not hazmat, so if you're selling a t-shirt and somebody puts information like your product has a battery, it takes between 2 and 3 weeks to get out of that. So imagine like it
Yeah,
getting hijacked between 2 and 3 weeks of no sales at all. So
and
it
then it will be that, and then it will be battery, and it will be CBD, and then
literally.
that's it.
Exactly. The last one. So applicable dangerous goods. This is necessary to again send to FBA. If you don't have any dangerous goods, again hazmat, chemical, explosive, or stuff like that, which they're not really even allowed to be sold on FBA or on Amazon sometimes. You put not applicable. Same thing for this is regulation 1, regulation 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you put the same thing, not applicable. There are options too. So the drop down menu will give you other options in case that your product it is actually a hazard. So let me just show you how those look like.
Guys, if you have any questions, I already dropped in the chat. You can ask in Russian. I will translate. If you want to ask in English, please go and ask. You can comment it, and we will be able to see the comments in our room. We are not on Facebook physically. We're in like on the background, but we can see your comments. And if you have any questions, please ask. So
Yeah,
it's the right moment to ask.
yeah.
Like,
So look, these are the regulations for dangerous goods. So unknown, other applicable, transportation, waste storage. Always put not applicable um, if you don't have anything like this. So dangerous goods, again, that's hazmat, explosive, chemicals. If you don't sell anything related to that, always not applicable. And the last one is the pesticide column.
I
And
was thinking, would you talk? Will you talk about pesticide or not? I'm like, okay, if she will not, I'm not going to ask,
no, of
not to
course.
make more frustration. You're like, okay,
No,
pesticides.
of course, they are here. They are in the compliance section. If your product is not a pesticide, you need to fill the information here. So, pesticide marking type 1 goes together with pesticide marking registration status 1. So, here you're going to input EPA registration number. And because this is the drop down menu, I just need the drop down menu. My dummy sheet doesn't have it. So here, EPA registration number, and then I'm going to registration status and use this product is not a pesticide device as defined, da, 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 da. Okay, this is super important right now to have it, because the system is triggering all products that are using pesticide keywords. So that's the other thing. Even when you have your pesticide marking information here, you can probably get restricted for pesticides because you're using some pesticide keywords. To be very honest, that's a false positive. So Amazon triggers that, but it's false. So you just need to appeal it. Most of the time, it just gets solved by using the information in the backend. And with this, Bella, this is all the things that I have to lock down a listing to protect it from hijackers. This is all the columns that I think if we have it protected, we are at least 80% less likely to get hijacked or restricted in an account health level. Like obviously it can always happen the CVD thing and the bad
Yeah.
words there, but in an account health level, these are the things that could shut you down like this. So if you have it, you will save yourself a lot of headaches in the future.
I love it. And I really hope, guys, it was useful, because this type of information that you just received, it's very hard to create by yourself. It's only experience, 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 experience. And when you're digging deeper into something that you love to do and that you are doing on a daily basis, this is where your expertise might be. And genuinely speaking, the main idea of this video is to prevent your mistakes and make sure that you're able, bless you,
Thank you.
and make sure you will be able to avoid any type of Amazon health issues. So, if you have any questions, please ask under the video. And Vanessa will share with us right now how people can contact you, because I guarantee you 90% of people, they're not Alexandra, Isabel, Vanessa, thank you, great job, thank you, Alexandra.
Thank you.
So many people, they're not like you. Most of the people, they're like me, who don't want to do and don't want to deal with this. So how they can contact you, how they can reach out to you, and how they can beg you for help.
Sure. So best way to contact my team and myself is with the email hello at fulltimeamazon.com.
Give me a
Okay, that's
second. Hello. Hello.
uh,
Oh my gosh. No Russian. Hello at
fulltimeamazon.com.
I'm Amazon.com. And they can say something like Bella.
Um, it really, yeah. Obviously, if you are coming because you saw this webinar, feel free to say like, "Hey, I watching Izabella like group or whatever." But just make sure to say there what type of help you're looking for. If you have questions, also like if you try to do what I show you here and you couldn't or you came up with an issue, feel free to reach out and say that. One of the things that I'll say at this moment, I'm working in a project to launch like a course for flat files. So I'm not able to give like one-on-one consultation. So it's not like, oh, Vanessa, I want you to teach me. I'm not doing that one-on-one because I'm working in a bigger project. So I can just put a course out there and people can go through it. But any other issues that you have in your account, or problems in the catalog, inventory, or account health, you just feel free to just reach out and tell us your issue. We will make sure to help you, or redirect you to somebody that can help you. Most of the times for issues like that, we are here to help. Um,
I love
the
it.
other channels is Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, all under Full Time Amazon or Vanessa Hung. Uh,
Bless you
I'm
again.
sorry.
It's
Yes,
fine.
I have this flu. It's terrible. So
Full
yeah,
time Amazon, right?
yeah, Full Time Amazon and Vanessa Hung on LinkedIn. I think right now our hottest like um, social media is Instagram and LinkedIn. We share a lot of information there. So if you want to know what's the best new tool that you can use, if you want to know what are the programs that you can join right now on Amazon to drive more traffic or get more reviews or maximize your profit, increase your ROI, all of that we share in our social media. So we have a pretty engaged audience, and that's where a lot of people go to find out about the news, that what is happening in the space.
Yeah, you're
So
very good at posting the news. Like, oh,
yeah,
Vanessa already posted the latest news on Amazon. Why I'm so late? I'm like, oh, my team, why you're so late? Go and post it. So thank you for the hints. Sometimes I'm
no
using
problem.
your motivational post on time to actually provide faster information for my audience as well. So I'm your
No
spy.
problem. No problem. And yeah, I think that's the way. Obviously, I'm pretty active in the community. I go to a lot of events. So if you ever see me at an event, just feel free to introduce yourself. I
Yeah,
don't know.
just stop by and say hi, Vanessa.
Yeah.
Vanessa, thank you so much for joining the second time, and it's not the last time I'm inviting you. And I hope you enjoy it as well, and you will come back. And Russian-speaking community, we are pretty friendly. We
Yeah.
just need time to get used to the faces, and I believe people will start reaching out to you pretty soon because we like to have connections, and we love people who've been recommended by some authorities that we trust already. So welcome to Russian speaking community.
Thank you. Thank you. How do you say thank you in Russian?
Спасибо.
Спасибо.
Yeah,
Спасибо.
yeah. Good job. See, you're learning.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and I will be back soon.